What's up, guys? Just want to do a quick video. Had a question from a local guy who's working with his Midland radio, and honestly there's just not enough online sometimes, and I told him I was going to make him a video. I figured I would just make a YouTube video with it and just share that out to him. So the Midland, those of you who have ever owned a Midland or touched a Midland, I've made reference to this before. Some of Midland's user interfaces are a little strange, right? So they don't traditionally with like CTCSS codes or DCS codes, they don't use the traditional format where you actually choose, you know, like the 141.3 or, you know, a 732 DCS tone. And these are for like repeater uses or like the privacy codes. They use more of a traditional like walkie-talkie style. So I don't know, I haven't actually researched, I don't know how much of Midland's user interface, or as far as that code that they use a number like for 141.3 for the CTCSS. They use the number 22 on that CTCSS list, and these are all in the user manual, but it is a little bit confusing when you start looking at it. Now, once I figured it out, I went back to the user manual. I'm like, oh, okay, well that kind of makes sense, but you got to be kind of familiar. And the only reason it was easy for me, like I said, to figure out is because I've had the GXT3000s. I've had those GXT3000s for ages, and before that I even had just a Midland like a FRS walkie-talkie setup. So yeah, so quickly, the GXT1000 is technically a GMRS radio because it is a higher power, but it doesn't support repeaters. And then they just recently came out with the GXT3000, let me get that in focus, GXT3000 series, which are USB-C charge, if anybody saw any of my last videos, and they are repeater capable, but they have the exact same menu. So does the two, oh man, I lost the numbers, the 275, the GMRS mobile radio that they have, and then I have the 575 here in my Jeep that I've shown before, and I'll show you again in just a moment of how my setup is here, along with some other things. But the whole idea of this video is to walk through how do I set up repeaters in my Midland user interface. So let me quickly show you what we're working with, and then I will walk you through what that looks like. This will not be an extensive like every menu setting. This is specifically to how do I activate the repeaters on my radio. All right, let me zoom out just a little bit first. So here's my 575 mounted. I recently did some upgrades and decided that that was a better mounting spot. There's actually a bar right there for the 575. It is solid, and that gives me, you know, easy access. And if I'm not using it and I'm driving, I can simply just unplug it, get it out of the way, take these out of the way, use it for other mounting things, use just a handheld if I want. But normally I don't. I just rock on with what I have. All right, so let's look at the user interface very quickly, and I'm gonna do my best to, there we go. So right now I have it activated. One sec. Let me zoom in. There we go. So I can look through the camera. So right now I have the repeaters activated. So you mash the menu and it takes you to here, and then you can scroll through. So if you're not seeing the repeater channel, and I'll show you, well, let me get back out. Do you see that number RP right next to it? That's hard to see, I know. You see 18 RP, so that's 18 repeater channel, and it shows you that my listening code is 22. And the little S sine wave right there is a CTCSS code. So if I hit the menu, if you want to activate your repeater, you find RP and you turn that on. So let me go back. Oh, sorry. You hit your menu, you find your thing. Sorry. Jeez, man. my buttons, there we go. You mash the lock button to choose. So if I turn that off and I hit that again, you'll see that, and now I'm going to change channels up here. Now you'll see there's no RP. It's all gone. Let me hit it again. Go into the menu, mash the lock button. This will blink, turn it back on. I haven't tested this, so. And now I'm into the RP. Okay, thank God it didn't clear my frequencies out. So now when I get past channel 22, see, no RP, I go all the way up, and let me just walk you through that. So this is simplex channels. I get to 22, it starts at 15, and you see RP now. So now you're in the repeater frequencies. So now at 18. So let's use 19. All right. So 19 is one. It is a local repeater here. And now you do have to go into the user manual, or you can just Google it. I will try to get a screenshot of the manual thing. Sorry for my hand shaking. One sec. All right, let's do it like this. I'll put it on mount. And you see I got a scuff mark on the screen. But the idea is I would go into my menu. One sec. There we go. Go into my menu. All right, on the repeaters, you're going to have a transmit tone and a receive tone. So in the Midland menu, it is TC, TC, and RC. Transmit code, receive code. All right, now let me go to a frequency that I don't have anything on. I think I don't anyway. Let's just see. So 15. I do have something on it, but we'll show you anyway. So I go in and I say, hey, I want to set a receive tone. Is it a DCS or is it a CTCSS tone? Let's use CTCSS. And then in the manual, it'll say, hey, per this number, if it was number 3 or whatever, I know just from memory that 21 CTCSS tone is 1365. And I choose that. You notice I hit the lock to choose it, and it takes me back. And now, I actually didn't have one set up. Same thing on the transmit tone. So you have to set both of them if that's what you want to do. Now you do notice that I didn't have that set on this one. Sometimes when a repeater's hard to hear, you can still hear it without that tone, but you'll hear everything else along with it also. So if someone is talking 15 simplex, you're going to hear that. If you want to filter that out, you set the receive tone. Not setting the receive tone will give you longer listening range. But sometimes it's minuscule, sometimes it's not needed. And if you notice, when I go through my settings, most of my stuff does have it. Now, I know for this channel 19, and this is for my friend, I won't name names, but my buddy who's looking for help. I think channel 19 is the one that you're looking for. And so we're going to go into that. So do receive tone. Actually, sorry, let's go to transmit tone. I'm going to hit the lock. It's going to take me into it. You're going to choose, take it. Sorry, this thing is, transmit tone, choose. One sec. Holding it at a weird angle, I'm not able to, there we go. It'll blink when you've chosen it. So, do I want DCS or CTCSS? I want DCS. And that says, what code do you want? The one you're looking for is 82 for that one. Not able to hit it from where I am, but tested it yesterday. So yes, you just set that TC and the RC on those two channels, and that's it. And once you get those, you'll see when you're listening, if you're showing, if you set a receive tone, it'll show right here. If you haven't, it'll be blank. It'll just say 19 RP. But when you key up, you see the number pops up. That means you're transmitting that tone. You're transmitting tone 82, which is a DCS tone. I can't remember what the number is off the top of my head. But I have it set, and I literally was in range yesterday and tested it, so I know that that's the number. But yeah, so the Midland menu is not amazing by any stretch of the imagination. So just to tack on, let me take this back. Just to tack on to that, I also have this guy here, the GXT3000, and it is very much the same. So if you go in, you see RP engaged, and you just run through. Dun, dun, dun. So group numbers, I don't use group numbers, groups off. This one you cycle through things with the menu button. So it's a little bit different, but it's not, let me show you. At least this one you say channel, repeater on, no group. This one's like, okay, well there's the CTCSS, what's the number? And then you can set the number, you just cycle through it. So it's slightly different on these, but you do have to enable the repeater. It is a turn on, turn off thing as well as the weather. You see, I got the weather alert. The weather alert will pop off whenever it hits. I love these radios too. This is my I guess you'd call my daily drivers. Is the 575 as my base unit inside the Jeep, and then I carry this with me on the daily. I don't always leave it up here. Sometimes when I park, I'll grab this and throw it in the console, and then pop it back up. So there's my setup. There's how you run it. And if you have any questions, hit me down in the chat below. There is an upgraded microphone. Now, I love this one because I have it in a Jeep, and I love the Jeep. Eventually, there is the updated model. So if you are familiar with the I just lost it, the GX, what is it, the Midland GMRS radio, the new one, the waterproof rugged rig, it has a more refined, very refined actually, the best user-friendly format that I have seen Midland release ever. The MXTs, the 575 and the 275, you can actually upgrade to a different microphone who actually has a knob for volume on it, and it has the same menu on it. I probably will upgrade to that eventually, but I haven't yet. I haven't needed it. It's not a big deal. These radios are not meant to be like a ham radio at all. These are very purpose driven. I mean, you notice it's like I have my 22 channels, I have 15 through 22 repeater, and boom, you're back at one. This is a very simple radio. These are very to the point, and that's all I want them for. I have other radios if I want to do more than that, and I can simply just swap out head unit, swap out mic, and I'm back in business for that. So I hope that helps. Hope that really answers any questions, and sorry that took so long to explain, but I did go through 2 radios of menus. So all right, thanks guys.